Good morning. It's day 46, and we're getting a slow start. It's like 8:30. We're mostly packed up, but we still have to pack up the tent, and put the last few things in our packs before we get moving. So slow morning. Corey slept all right, other than waking up a bit. I slept all right, other than waking up a bit. I still have a bit of a headache. I think part of it's probably a little dehydration, so I'm working on that. And no bloody nose this morning or anything, so I don't think the altitude is bugging me too much. We don't know what we're doing today. We were going to do San Jacinto, but Corey doesn't think my knee can probably handle it, and I think I agree. So unfortunately, we're going to be skipping the summit, but it won't be the last one along the trail, so I'm sure we'll get a peek at some point. Yeah. But so we're just gonna go as far as we can today. We have some blips up, but most of it's downhill. There's a big campground, like right either after or right before Fuller Ridge. I'm not sure.
After.
Is it after?
Yeah, it's at like 190.7, I think.
Okay. So Fuller Ridge is supposed to still be pretty sketchy. So either we will camp before Fuller Ridge and hit that tomorrow morning, or we'll just power through to the campground today. We're not really sure. We're just going to kind of play it by ear. See how long it takes us to get there. Such and such. Yeah. Pretty much it. Just having breakfast before we get moving. Bagel with cream cheese. So worth the wait. At least for day one. Yeah, that's really all I have for an update, so I'll check in as we go.
So we made it out of camp, and it was patchy snow for a while, but now it's pretty much all snow. And it's time for micro spikes. It's still firm, but it's starting to soften up just a little bit. So we were sliding in just our shoes, so broke out the micro spikes for the first time. Definitely makes a difference. And once again, the trail's just slightly interpretive, so heavy gut hooks day I'm feeling. Corey's
probably, yeah.
very stylish today.
Oh yeah. I feel like Idlewild.
So we have reached our first break spot. We're just gonna take a quick lunch and chill. Gut hooks is like there's this spot for 5 tent sites right near the trail. So we're like, yeah, that works. We wanted to make sure we got a few miles in before taking a first break at all. So we've just been powering through. Ooh, tiny dragon. Just been powering through until we got to this campsite, which was supposed to have great views. And we came around the corner and we're like, well, this'll do. And 5, it says 5. It says 5 tent sites. This whole area isn't super flat, but you could fit way more than 5 tent sites. And that is quite the view. Very cool. This should be a great place to take lunch.
Next is in a mile, so I'm gonna skip.
Yeah, I'm probably good. Is it a confirmed water source in a mile?
Let me go relook. Yeah,
Okay, then yeah, I'm good.
flowing hard just a few days ago.
Okay. So this is the trail. Yeah, lots of water this year. Ooh, whew, this section, lots of water, so we're not carrying much because we don't need to. See, trail. The snow runoff is substantial right now. But we are climbing back up right now. Gradually, thankfully. But we have about 1,000-foot climb, and then we're down and then back up and then down and back up and then down. So I think the plan is to get to a campsite just past Fuller Ridge today. But we're just gonna see what we feel like today. Ooh, now that's cool. Is that a yucca sprout?
I have no idea.
Kind of looks like the flowers on top. That's really cool though.
It does a bit, but I think the yucca blooms with the
Yeah, that's
bottom
really cool,
first.
whatever it is. And we're back in snow territory. Been most of the day without it, but that is what we're looking at for the next like 2.5 miles to camp. Well, our first snow melt watercross run. Anything more than a stream at least. This is actually decently significant. Ugh.
Huh.
Video. So I'm hoping that the hype is just that hype. But supposedly, Fuller Ridge is supposed to be super, 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 super sketchy. And, kind of worrisome. So we are not hitting that tonight. We have decided that we're going to camp earlier than expected, and we're gonna probably camp in the next 2 miles or so, somewhere in the next 2 miles, and hit Fuller Ridge tomorrow morning when the snow is icy and firm, so we can use our microspikes and not have it all slippery. But have to say I'm a little apprehensive about it, but here's what it is. We'll get through it. we came out to this little bit of trail here, we couldn't figure out where the trail was. And then we saw that. So we just stopped to put our microspikes back on because we're going up that and down and down and up and over that little hill there. So the way down definitely looked scarier than it was. It was a bit sketch, but it wasn't as scary as I anticipated. I'm not gonna lie, the snow is making me very nervous. So we came around the corner and I said that the last waterfall was our first like big snow melt crossing, and I lied. This is a for real water crossing. That's no joke. So we'll see if this is less scary than it looks, because the other one was. You can actually see steps cut into the stone there. That's funny. I'm guessing it's not a raging waterfall most of the time. Made it past. My right foot is really cold and very wet,
Mine too.
but we made it over.
I mean, I died, but
Did you?
twice.
Not allowed.
No. Never mind, I recant.
Yet another water source we had to cross. My feet are very wet. And that rock is not stable.
Nah, you yank it, you're dead.
Yeah. That was fun.
Alright, so we just rolled into camp. It's like 6 or 6:30. And we are technically stealth camping, but also technically not. There are a handful of semi-flat, well-used campsites that are marked out with stone. So, you know, like, they're established campsites, but they're not on gut hooks. But we were actually, today's the first day that we were actually worried about getting a campsite, because right ahead of us, just like a mile and a half from here, is Fuller Ridge. And Fuller Ridge is supposed to be nasty. Steep, icy, lots of snow. Just not good news. And so we haven't seen anybody all day, but towards the end of our day, we started seeing a fair few people pass us. And Gut Hook says that there's only a handful of tent sites at the two before Fuller Ridge, the two campsites. So as we're watching all these people pass us, we're like, shit, like, we're not gonna get a campsite tonight. And given that we're kind of in a ridge line area, we were actually worried about having to like cowboy camp in the middle of the trail just to be able to sleep, because we don't want to go over Fuller Ridge in the evening when the snow's all slushy and everything. So we were kind of rushing, hoping that there was some unmarked campsites, and luckily there were. Looks like there's only one other couple that's going to essentially be sharing the same campsite with us tonight, because it looks like everybody else is pushed on to the established, like, noted campsites. So very happy to be in camp. It's been a good day. We haven't gone too crazy far, I think 6 or 7 miles today. So nothing crazy, but there's been enough snow traversing and post holing and water crossings and snow traversing on essentially cliff sides and, you know, all that kind of fun stuff. So it's enough that it's made me slightly nervous today, and I'm really hoping that Fuller Ridge tomorrow morning is not as bad as people keep saying it is. I am pretty apprehensive about it, but much like all the sketchy stuff we did today, we're just gonna power through, preferably early in the morning. So it is time for a quick dinner and a quick setup, and then bedtime.